welcome to a new video with Brood and Bookmark. My name is Stephanie and thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to go over my top 7 books of 2024 so far through the year. I've got quite a list, different books that I've enjoyed, all the way from fantasy romance to historical fiction and contemporary romance. So I'm really excited to dive in this video with you. So let's get started. So the first, and these are in no particular order, I was going to rate them, but then decided not to because I don't know that I could rate them 1 to 7. So the first one is a book called The Storyteller by Jodi Picoult. This is a historical fiction. This one was one of the my book club books this year, and this book follows Sage Singer, who is a baker, and Joseph Weber, who is an old man who used to be an SS officer. This follows in the time of World War II, and I really enjoyed this book. This was one of my top books from this year so far, mainly because though I've read a lot of historical fiction World War II era books, this one really touched me simply because it followed the point of view of an SSS officer and of a survivor from the concentration camp. And the author did an awesome job of going through in detail of what it was like to be in Auschwitz. And I learned a lot about what that camp entailed. So it was really great to see the different points of view. And there is quite a twist at the end of this book. I would definitely recommend this book if you are into World War II era, historical fiction. This is definitely a great, great book. I've not read anything else by her recently, but I do anticipate to pick up more of her books this year. So again, Jodi Picoult, The Storyteller, definitely recommend. The next book on my list was one of my anticipated reads of 2024, and that is Sarah J. Maas's book, House of Flame and Shadow. This is book number 3 in the Crescent City series. I will say that out of her 2 series, ACOTAR series and Throne of Glass, and her Crescent City series is probably my least favorite out of the 3. Though I've enjoyed the books, they're like really long and not very, I'm not sure how to describe it. I felt like, especially this book, this is one of my top reads of 2024, but I also felt like out of the 3, this hit kind of low for me just because of some of the content in it. I can't reveal because it's spoiler for the series, but the way she did it, I understand why she did what she did, but at the same time I wish there was more of that in this book. So I definitely recommend the series. I think it's a great series and I think there's a lot to it, but it is definitely a big one. It is we got to devote some time to this series to really understand. And I will reread it this year. I've reread the other 2 and annotated them. I did go through and annotate a little bit. I tabbed in this book as I read, but I anticipate to go back and actually annotate, and maybe I'll enjoy it more the second time around. But this got a 4-star from me, but I really did enjoy as a top book of 2024 for me. The next book is Spark of the Everflame by Picoult. So this one I picked up this year from another booktuber that I watch called Raven Hair Reader. I really enjoy her channel, and if you haven't or you don't follow her, I would definitely recommend following her. She has some great recommendations. But I saw this series on her channel and I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to pick this up. This sounds amazing. So this follows DM Bellator, who is a human, and there's humans and Descended, and the Descended are portrayed as very evil people. They've stolen the magic of the in the world and basically made the humans less than them. And I really enjoyed the steam in this book. Like not the spicy. There wasn't really a lot of spice in this book, but more of like the anticipation of what's going to happen next. This is very similar series, I feel like, to From Blood and Ash by Jennifer Amarant, but I feel like this is like a step above that. And it's really, really good. I'm really glad I picked it up. I'm in the middle of the second book right now. Yes, Kai, I know. Shh. And I'm really enjoying that. And that one is very slow burn. I feel like that's what this whole series is. So I would definitely recommend picking this book up. This one got a 4 out of 5 for me, but I did really enjoy it. And I think the second book is going to be even better. So definitely recommend. The next one is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is a reread for me for 2024. I read it in 23, but I did not read Assassin's Blade that comes before this, and I should have. But I read Assassin's Blade late last year, and then I picked this up. I anticipate to reread the whole series this year, and annotate it. But I went through and annotated this, and I really love this story, and I love how she portrays Selena Selderon, or Sardinith, I think that's how you say it. But it follows Selena. She's an assassin, and she is on a mission to becoming the King's Champion. And this is what this book starts with. The series follows her and her adventure along the way. But I thought this was really good, and I am really interested to pick up the next one in the series. Though I will say the next one, Crown of Midnight, not my favorite out of the series, but I definitely loved rereading Throne of Glass and annotating this, and can't wait to keep going with the series. So I plan to read the second one probably in June if I don't get to it this month. So I'd recommend this series for sure. I definitely, if you are going to read this series, definitely read Assassin's Blade first. My error not doing so the first time. So I definitely recommend doing that. The next one was a book I really enjoyed. This one got mixed reviews. But this is the second book in the, what's it called? Lost what it's called. It'll come to me. But this is Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. This was my first read of 2024. My husband got this for me for Christmas, and I was really excited to get it because it is a signed copy by her, and it's got the sprayed edges. But here's the the signed copy. It's got the sprayed edges. I did annotate this book, and I think that might be why I enjoyed it probably more so than most, because I really got into the story and annotated. The reviews on this is that it's very war heavy, very methodical. There's a lot of details, but it's not um, very fast moving. And I actually really enjoy that kind of story. I like to know the background and understand more of the details. So this one I really did enjoy. I'm interested to see what comes out on the third one. But this book, like I said, is the second one in the series. The first one is Fourth Wing. I did enjoy Fourth Wing. I do plan on rereading that one as well and annotating it before the third one comes out. But the third one's not planned to come out until 2025. But this follows Violet, Sorrengail, and what's his name? Xadian Ryerson. And the end of this was quite a cliffhanger for me. I was really surprised, and I'm really interested to see what happens in the third book and how they overcome what happened into this one. But I definitely recommend the series for sure. Definitely recommend Iron Flame. I really enjoyed it. So I would pick this up. I did give this a 5-star. I really, really did enjoy this one. And then the last one I'm going to put together, but it's Binding 13 and Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. These two follow Johnny and Shannon, and I picked this series up because of Lachlan from Locke's Library. If you do not follow her on her YouTube, I definitely would recommend. I love her videos. She has great recommendations. I've pretty much enjoyed everything she's recommended. But I picked this series up, and this is the new covers. The other ones have people on the front. They're quite thick. I mean, they're over 500 pages. But I really enjoyed the story of this. I do want to say, like, I recommend this book, but check the trigger warnings, because it does follow abuse and family traumas. So I would definitely check the trigger warnings on it, but it's actually a really good series. I'm in the second book of Joey and of Joey's story, but I really did enjoy Fighting 13 and Keeping 13, and I would definitely recommend this to anybody looking to really just like get lost in a world. Because I will say, this book, out of all of them that I recommended today, this one had me like feeling all the feels. Like, I just dove real deep, and I felt for these characters. I wanted things to get better for them. I went through all the emotions, and I would like to reread it to annotate, but I don't know if that's going to happen this year. These are heavy books. So those are the books, the 7 that I have of my top 24, top books of 2024 so far. I will do another video probably in September of more top reads of the year. But these are the ones that stand out and I constantly think about. If I had to rate them, I would probably say these two and The Storyteller were the ones that had me hooked from beginning to end. I could not put down. I wanted to know what happened. The characters just had me in a spin. I just want to know what was going on, what was happening. So I definitely highly recommend these books. But that is all I have for you today. I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and we will talk next time.